What is going on, guys? Today we've got a 2012 Town & Country. We are doing front struts on this thing. Let's get into it. Now, to get to the top of the strut on these, this windshield cowling has to come off. So we're gonna have to get the two windshield wipers off. Then there's actually just one plastic clip on either side we've got to get off. Then we can lift that thing up and basically just move it a little bit out of the way so we can get access to the top of those struts. Now, as you can see on this one, I already got it off. There's just a little plastic cap that covers up the nut. You just get in there with a screwdriver, it will pop right out. Then 15 millimeter to get the nut off the windshield wipers. Now sometimes you get lucky, like on this side where it just kind of popped off. Not so much on this one. This one is stuck on there. So a couple things you can try, tapping around on it with a hammer, seeing while you're putting a little pressure on it, see if it'll pop loose. Another trick that you can try is a big pair of pliers. Getting down underneath it, I recommend you put the nut back on the top and then kind of see if putting some pressure on it on the bottom against that nut will allow it to pop loose. But you got to be careful with that because you will damage that nut or you will damage the actual threads on that. So the proper way to do it is actually to have a little puller like this. These ones are nice because it allows you to set this, will hold your jaws to the correct width, and then this will actually push on that center rod and allow the whole thing to pop off of there. If you want one of these, I will throw it in the description. Now this one's pretty stuck. I've got some pressure on it. I'm gonna tap around and see if it'll pop loose. Give it a little more. Oh, and there I felt it. It just got loose all of a sudden. It tells me that that thing popped loose. Now always make note of where this is positioned on the windshield for both of them, so when we put it back together, we get it back in the same position. Now we're just going to these plastic clips out. Depending on if they've been replaced or not, sometimes there'll be little ones that like this that have an insert that'll screw out. Sometimes they won't be. Sometimes you just need to pry those things out of there, get them out of the way. Now with our pins on either side out and our windshield wipers off, thing should just lift up out of the way to get us access under here to the struts. Now that everything under the hood is prepped, we're going to get this thing lifted up, get the tire off. Now we've got a couple things we got to get off down here. We've got the two big bolts that hold that strut in at the bottom. You've got here where it's connected to the sway bar. And then we've actually got our ABS sensor bolted right here. So we need to get all of those off. Now sometimes you are going to need to get the big nut here off to allow that CV to slide to give you enough flexibility to get this out. Sometimes you don't need to. We're going to try not doing that first, see if it gives us enough room. We need an 18 for this, 21 for those two big nuts. I was afraid of that. So this whole thing is just spinning. We're just gonna get in here on the back side, a pair of vice grips to hold it while we take that off. Also a good idea, hit everything with some penetrating oil. Then our ABS sensor wire is a 10 millimeter. Also have it pushed into a little bracket right there so we can pull it out of. So there I just drove the big bolts out. I went ahead and put that bottom one partially back in so we can get the nuts off the top and the whole thing isn't going to fall out of there. Now the three nuts up top here are 13s. That back one is kind of buried. I'm going to use a wrench to get it loosened up. So that is why I put that bottom bolt back in. So the whole thing just wanted to fall out of there as soon as those three ones up top are out. That whole assembly comes out of there. I've said it before and I will keep saying it. Buy the quick strut. So much easier, so much less dangerous than trying to compress that spring and get it out, especially if you're just a do-it-yourselfer. Just put a jack under there, positioned my studs up through the holes, got the nuts started. It's always a good idea to put a little Loctite, especially on these ones, before you put it back together. Get those tightened, get everything put together down here. Okay, just for a recap, we've got our two big bolts, the nuts on the back, 21 millimeters, those are tight. We've got our 10 millimeter back here to hold our ABS sensor wire in. We've got our grommet pushed back down into the knuckle. We have got our sway bar tightened back up to our new strut. And we've got our three nuts up top tight. So now we are able to put the wheel back on. Then we're going to do the exact same thing over there on the other side. One thing I wanted to point out on the bottom of this cowling is these little ears. Those slide under the windshield and that's what holds it on that side. Got the windshield wipers back on, the cowling back on, everything's buttoned up. Wheels are back on and torqued. If you guys find this helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna go test drive this thing and get it back off to its owner. See you guys next time.